Great. Great to be here yet again on Candid Money Talk, a space where we get to engage on these very useful subjects of money. It's a Monday, it's 12:50 p.m. Today, I requested to have us start the session early because I have an engagement at 1:15, and I just thought I shouldn't stop this, however short, but we go ahead and have this session because it's useful. And there are quite a number of people who have sent me messages, and I want to recognize some of them, maybe one or two who sent me very good messages to just appreciate what these sessions are doing for them. And I appreciate all of you who've been tuning in. It gives me energy to see that these sessions are actually useful. I'd like to, one second, let me see. All right, I'd like to recognize Valentina Deuz, all the way from Tanzania. Thank you for your message, Valentina. And I'll read it out. Valentina, thank you for your message. Let me see. Okay, our screen went off a bit, but we are back. I hope you can see me. Valentina, thank you for your message all the way from Tanzania. Good work. I'm learning to save and invest too. Though at times I really focus on one end, but your tips are doing wonders. Asante sana. In Kiswahili and in English, that means thank you very much. Thank you, Valentina. And I appreciate the many messages that we are getting where people are actually beginning to pay attention on this subject of money. I'm Edith Sidondo. I'm a certified money coach, founder and CEO of Profit Acumen, a money coaching firm. And one of our main mission, why we do this, why we set aside our office time to engage you on this space, it's because we have a mission to transform as many lives as possible, to help people to elevate their financial well-being without chasing money. You know, the story we were told as we were growing up was go to school, get a job, and then get into the rat race, begin the process of chasing money. And most of us just embrace that narrative, and we carry it with us. And not paying attention to more details around money, you find that way of doing things just gets you into money pains, locks you in this prison of chasing money endlessly. So we need to change this for us, and not just for us, for the next generation. Because if that's what we are passing on, then we are preparing our children to be well educated, but to fail in the money game, to just be on the rat race. And failing in the money game doesn't mean they won't earn a lot. By the way, many people who don't win with money earn a lot of money. They hit a roadblock with it. Today, our topic is, where did my money go? Where did my money go? I just got paid 500,000 Kenya shillings, $5,000. That is my monthly pay. 5 days later, my bank account is empty. Where did my money go? And that figure can be anything. I just got paid $500, and it can go to $10,000. It can go as big a number, 1 million Kenya shillings. It can be anything. But the question is the same. Where did my money go? I look around and I just can't seem to see what that money has done for me. I feel like someone, and this was a tweet in Twitter, I feel like someone stole my salary this month. You may be asking yourself these questions every single month. It may be lingering in your head. You may not be discussing it with somebody, but it's disturbing you. And this question breeds more questions. Why do I have to work so hard? Because if you cannot see where your money goes, you begin to question the other things, the source of that money. Is this business worth it? Is it worth it to wake up early every morning to beat the traffic, to do ABCD, so that I earn this money and it simply flips through my hands? Last week, I was asked by the Standard newspaper and to be interviewed on the area of educating children around money. And they published our interview. There's an article in the Standard newspaper for Saturday, just this Saturday that has passed. There's an article under Moneymaker. And in that article, one of the aspects I raised in educating children around the subject of money is teaching them to count. But in that aspect of teaching children to count, I touched on something that is affecting adults. Because if you don't teach children to count when they're young, it affects their adulthood. And I want to read what I wrote, how I answered that aspect of counting. I said that money is all about numbers. Many people shy away from internalizing numbers and often find that their hard-earned money simply flips through their hands. In my work as a money coach, I have found that counting is a very important skill in managing one's money. Not being exposed to counting at an early age is evident in how people deal with their money when they're adults. Many people find numbers overwhelming, and some do not even know basic things like how much they earn and how their net pay was arrived at. If you're not clear on your earnings, your spending is likely to follow the same trend, and it informs why we often hear this statement: I do not know where my money went. And it's true. The person actually cannot account for any shilling. Their hard-earned money, they cannot account for it. It simply slips through their fingers and out of the bank account. One only wakes up to an empty bank account and begins questioning themselves. So counting is a valuable skill to teach children when introducing them to the subject of finances. This way of dealing with your money, when teaching them about finances, and the article goes on, I'll not read the whole of it. If you didn't get a copy of your Standard newspaper on Saturday, check out in all our social media channels. I posted it and I posted a link. You can actually go and read it. And also on my personal profiles, you'll be able to get it. So back to where we were before I went into the newspaper article. We were at that point where I don't know where my money has gone. You feel like someone has stolen money out of your bank account. And some people even walk into the bank to see whether the bank is actually presenting to them the right statement. Yeah? And it's a bad feeling. And you find, how do some people deal with it? You bury that question like it doesn't exist, and you resort to other means to get money so that you can meet your day-to-day expenses. Because your expenses, the demands of money on a daily basis, they'll not want to know that you are asking yourself these questions. They'll still keep coming. The rent has to be paid. The mortgage has to be paid. Children need to eat. Food has to be put on the table. Clothes are torn tomorrow. They need to be replaced. You need someone, a house help, a house manager to help you manage your home. They'll need to be paid. You need to pay for transport, move from point A to point B. It needs money. So those demands of money will not wait for you to answer this question of where did money go? And at this time, we are facing very challenging times where you find people are burying their loved ones, many people are unwell, people are sick, and all these things demand for money. So it demands that you need to have money in your pocket. So what is the solution? The easy solution is to resort to borrowing. That is where the plastic comes in, the credit card. That is where the emergency loans step in, the fulizas, and the cycle begins. Yeah, the cycle of money pains. Because those things don't come for free, they come at a fee. Yeah, they come at a fee. So this way of dealing with your money becomes a cycle, a never-ending feeling of frustration around money. And the beauty is, it's possible to change this question. It's possible to move away from where did my money go? It's possible to be more empowered. And the question you should be asking around your money starts before your paycheck. Not after all your money is gone, then the questions begin. The question you should be asking is, where do I want my money to go? This is a more empowering question. It shows you are in charge, you're in control, you are the boss of your money, and you're not this victim. And it reminds me of our topic for last week, where we were looking at what position do you take? Are you the hero around your money, or are you the victim? Because this kind of question of where did my money go puts you as a victim. But the moment you flip it and begin to ask, where do I want my money to go? You are the hero of your money game. So you find that when it comes to taking charge of your money, being in control, money management, there's a lot of emphasis on budgeting and documenting your spending. At the beginning of the month or before you get paid, you have to document everything and even provide for miscellaneous so that there are no surprises. This is what we call financial planning, and it's a very valuable way of dealing with your money. It's something I encourage a lot, and it's encouraged a lot in the money space. But it's a half-baked measure. There's a critical step that it misses out. And that is why you find that you'll go for seminars, you'll go for forums to educate yourself around money. You will understand what budgeting is and what documenting your spending is all about. But you'll find you will do it for a year, for 6 months, for 3 months. Before you know it, you default back to certain patterns and continue doing things the old way. And especially considering the fact that our hands are already full. For you to get a job that pays you well, you need to work. So your time is more or less taken. So when you find that you have to deal with budgeting and spending, it requires you to be very intentional, very intentional. So this process of managing your money goes deeper than that, just picking up a paper or your computer and beginning to churn in numbers. Because money is something you relate with. It's something you relate with. The same way you'll relate with your spouse, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, the same way you'll relate with your parent or your sister, your brother. Money is something you relate with, and it's emotional. So what the financial planning aspect misses is that emotional side of money, which brings out the fact that a successful financial plan begins on the inside and works its way out into the material world. For your transactional world to be effective, for it to speak and be connected to your desired lifestyle and your money goals, it needs you to work on your inside. The real place you need to transform to win with your money is in your inside. How you're hardwired around your money. How you behave around your money on the outside is a reflection of your money patterns, the money patterns that are already formed on your inside. And most of them are present from your history. And you don't know them. You can't name them. You can't touch them. You can't connect with them. Hence, you cannot do anything about them. Yet they are on the driver's seat of your money behavior. So if you are very keen on transforming your relationship with money, if you're keen to win with your money, if you're keen to ask the right questions around your money, like where do I want my money to go? It needs you to go through the step-by-step process of unearthing your hardwired patterning around money. You need to see of this patterning, what are the sabotaging aspects that come out of them? What are the good things that are in my money patterning that I'm not taking advantage of? Hence, it makes me just leave money on the table, look at it and say how there is no money, and I keep leaving money on the table as I walk around because I don't know how to access my inside. And that is the job of money coaching. That is what we do in the money coaching core process. It unearths the hardwired patterning that drives your money behavior. And it's why I encourage you, and I want to commend the many people who did their booked their discovery call last week. I mean, people are actually beginning to be very intentional. Money is about your consciousness. And it explains why. And I'll part with this because I only have 5 minutes to my next assignment. It explains why people win lotteries. Yeah, people, maybe athletes go and run and win a lot, get a lot of money. But because they are not conscious around this money, it just disappears. Within 3 years, they are back to brokenness and worse than what they were before. Yeah, money is about elevating your level of consciousness. So the process begins by booking your discovery call. And I'll post the link on this video for you to book your discovery call, like the many people who did last week. On that discovery call, you'll begin by answering a discovery questionnaire. From that questionnaire, you'll go and do what we call a money archetype quiz. That money archetype quiz is a set of attributes that describe you around your money. Once you've answered those two, you pay 2,000 Kenya shillings, $20. Once you pay that, you'll get a slot and we get into a call. We look at what these two tell us, and we give you a clear roadmap to get you to transform your relationship with money. Remember, money is a core survival tool. We can't continue to behave and act around it on guesswork. That guesswork just keeps us in a vicious cycle of always chasing money and never getting it. Choose to be different. Choose to take charge. Choose to be part of the people who ask the question, where do I want my money to go? See you tomorrow on our next very exciting topic. I have to go now.